2025 has been quite the eventful year so far. We've had fires engulfing entire cities. We've had planes falling from the skies. We have orbs flying over our heads, including drones for the last 2 months. And if that wasn't bad enough, now we have an asteroid set to destroy the entire human race.
Don't look up. The European Space Agency says the space rock has a 1 in 83 chance of hitting us in just over 7 years' time.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Now, I know some of you are saying like, oh, 1 in 83, that's not too bad. Let me put this into perspective for you. If I told you you had a 1 in 83 chance of winning the lottery of, I don't know, $200 million, how many of you would buy as many tickets as you possibly could? All of you. You'd buy as many tickets as you possibly could with as much money as you could. I guarantee it. 1 in 83 chance in 7 years? Oh my God, dude. What?
Astronomer David Whitehouse joining us now. Hi, David. How worried should we be?
I think this has the potential to be very serious indeed. The current odds on this rock striking us in 2032 are down to 1 in 67, which is unacceptable to ignore. We only...
Why she said 1 in 80? He's saying 1 in 67? What?
We have another couple of months to observe this rock before it goes out of sight. Now, what will probably happen is that the orbit will be refined and it'll go down to a very, very low probability. It won't hit us at all. But should it remain somewhere around about 1 in 67 or even 1 in 100, then we face a problem because we will not see this rock again until 2028. And that's the time we will have to take measures to deflect it. So we got some very serious decisions to make.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a lot to digest in this already. So he's saying that it's going to happen in 2032, but we're not going to see the rock again until 2028, which means we'll have 4 years to make a plan to deflect this rock. I mean, it's literally like any of the like movies and cartoons we've seen where we're like, we have to make some kind of like missile or something or put like rockets on each side of it to like steer it off the course. Oh my God. It reminds me of that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio where he was trying to warn everybody that an asteroid's coming and no one listened to him because our government was too stupid, and then all of a sudden they all died. Oh boy, this is all right. Let's buckle up, guys.
We cannot ignore this rock. It's the highest probability of an impact I can recall. And it has the potential, the possibility for being an emergency for planet Earth.
An emergency?
Oh, we need to take it seriously, David, from what you're saying. What might be able to do in 2028 if it hasn't changed its trajectory?
Well, should it not go away as a risk, which it's probably going to do, but as I said, we cannot ignore that, we may have to consider emergency deflection measures. Now, this will involve perhaps reaching the asteroid in 2028 and trying to nudge it slightly out of its orbit so that 4 years later it misses us. And you could do that.
I will say that thank God Elon Musk is building rockets and having the rocket fly, and he catches it with the arms. He said that the amount of precision and how much math it takes to do that is incredible. Thank God he's doing that. We might need Elon Musk to save the freaking world, dude.
Either with an impact, and NASA has impacted other asteroids to see the effect on their orbit and their trajectory, and that has worked to a limited extent. But it might not work for this object. It may well be. We might even have to consider the severe measures of sending up a nuclear weapon to the surface of this asteroid in order to deflect it further. This is probably going...
Wait, what? Dude. Oh my God. Are you guys listening to this? Like, he just said that we would need to send up a nuclear weapon to blow up this asteroid. What?
going to go away, as all other lower probability impacts have done in the past. But this is a high probability impact compared to everything else. I mean, 1 in 67 is unacceptable to ignore. People buy lottery
Unacceptable.
tickets in the hope of winning, and that's a chance of 1 in
Dude, did I literally just not bring up that exact example that he's saying right now? This is crazy.
14 million. So we have to keep a close eye on this object because it could turn out to be the most dangerous thing in space.
How often do we see asteroids like this?
Well, we find asteroids very effectively. There are many surveys with various types of instruments who are observing the sky, making maps of the sky every night, several times a night. So we find objects which have a chance, a very small probability, usually down in the thousands, of striking the Earth sometime in the next few decades. But they've always gone away when you refine the orbit, when you get more measurements, and the measurement becomes more precise. So we're finding objects like this all the time. We only found this particular object, 2024 YR4, in December. So we could find another one in a month's time or now or next year, which has an even higher probability of impact. This impact, like this, whether or not this turns out to be threatening to us, will happen in the future. There was an object which struck Siberia in 1908, which, had it encountered the Earth a few hours earlier, could have devastated London. These things happen every few thousand years, every few hundred years. Now, luckily, most of the Earth is empty space, and that's getting increasingly less these days as we populate the planet. But I can't stress strongly enough that this is a threat that's not a bit of astro fun, that's not a bit of, gosh, isn't it amazing? This actually could turn out to be a serious threat to our planet.
Could we redirect it or blow it up?
We don't know. We don't.
Well,
They don't know. They don't know. They've never had to do this. Oh boy, that's scary.
We don't know. We have directed the NASA's DART mission a few years ago, changed the orbit of a binary asteroid, the companion orbiting a main asteroid, a little bit. It worked, and there's another mission going towards that system to see exactly what happened. We could. The only chance to nudge this thing into a slightly different orbit, as I said, is in 2028. So that's only a couple of years ago. We've carried out many studies of how to deflect an asteroid, but we've done very little experimentation work. We need to find out about this asteroid, what it's made of, what its surface is like, what its orbit is. Because if we do have to confront it, we may have to have an emergency planetary defense policy to send a space mission to it.
Oh
with
my God,
perhaps, well, obviously, untested technology. It could be an extremely worrying time.
aren't all asteroids made of the same thing?
They're different, actually. There was another story in the media about asteroid Bennu, the picture of which you showed recently, which had lots of life potential chemicals on board, the building blocks of life. It's a far cry from saying there is life there, but these are the basic raw starter material for life. The other asteroids have lots of carbon, lots of different types of minerals. They're very complex things in many respects. Some asteroids are stony, some asteroids are made of iron. It's the iron ones.
It's interesting what he's saying though about how it has the materials for the starter of life, and that's another theory out there, as well as like where your human beings came from. Like what if Earth had just existed and then an asteroid hit it? We know that asteroids have hit Earth in the past, and what if one of those asteroids was like had the materials in it to start humanity, start to build human beings over millions of years from little microorganisms.
that basically are going to be difficult to deal with if they should strike planet Earth. So we know a great deal about asteroids. They're very varied. We have to look at this one over the next couple of months, which is all we've got. The James Webb Space Telescope is being tasked to look at it, as various other observatories on the ground and in space, because we need to know more about its surface structure. We need to know more about its orbit. Now, thankfully, hopefully, this will go away as we find out more. But sooner or later, as we continue to observe the sky with the scrutiny and the precision we've done now, we will find an object, whether it's this one or next decade or in the next century, we will find an object that's heading for us.
Well, that's scary. So just looked up the this asteroid that they're talking about, and yeah, it's bigger than the Empire State Building as far as like how tall it is. Oh boy, that is that's unnerving. What do you guys think? Do you think that this asteroid is gonna hit us? I mean, honestly, like with all the stuff that's happening right now, this just doesn't seem out of the realm of possibilities to me. Like it really doesn't. It seems like the end of worlds is happening, and like I mean, like it'd be pretty cool if Elon did like. I mean, just imagine Elon's popularity if like. First, he cleans up the government, and then secondly, this asteroid comes, and then he saves the world. Oh my God. All right. Well, I think that's enough internet for me today. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, please consider giving it a like, share it to your friends, and give me a comment down below. And I'll catch you in the next video. Remember to stay positive. It'll always work out.